slash blue or whatever, I can switch it up. I got my cheap, like, Timu sunset lamp or whatever. So here, I'll do a little quick run through. So we got red, which is kind of terrifying. Green, which is terrible. Actual blue, which I don't know, I don't like it. And then we have like varying shades of red or orange or whatever. And then same story with blue and purple. And then, is this relaxing? Do you like this? I don't. And this one's a little slower. And then we got like a more subtle transition, fade in and out. I don't like this one either, to be completely honest. And then this one, I don't know what the difference is, to be completely honest. It seems exactly the same to me. But anyway, I don't know what you're supposed to do in a first video, despite like how many of these I've watched, so I guess I'll just talk about nothing and hopefully you fall asleep, or I don't know, do whatever you need to do. I'm not here to, be your boss. My setup is pretty jank right now. I just have my phone like propped up on a pillow and I'm sitting in my bed, and as you can see by my wall, I'm a man, so I don't have a single goddamn thing on my walls, so hopefully that's the kind of vibe that you enjoy. Sorry. Okay, have you had enough time to make up your mind? Okay, I'm listening. It sounds like y'all want orange. Perfect. Sorry, it's not even funny. Anyway, right now it's 12 a.m. and I have to be up at 7 a.m. So obviously this is a really good idea to make this right now. But that's okay. I just got back from a walk, which you might be thinking, if it's 12 a.m. now and you just got back, then your walk had to have been at an extremely unreasonable hour. And you'd be right. I went on my walk at 10:30 and I just walked around my apartment complex and looked for moths. So I probably looked like a fucking freak, and I only found like 2 moths and they weren't even that cool. Maybe I'll include a picture if I can figure out how to edit a video, and if I can't, then I won't, or if I forget, which is much more likely. As you can tell, I've put a lot of thought into, everything that I'm doing here. As you can tell, like, I have my uber high quality mic. It's definitely not the $20 Apple headphones from Target. And yeah, so I actually did a similar walk last night where I think I left at 10 instead of 10:30. But yeah, my walk last night was a lot more extensive, and I was looking for beetles, not moths, because sometimes, like, I'm on a college campus, so there's a lot of lights that are on 24/7, and bugs love light, so I figured there'd be bugs under the lights, but little did I know there wouldn't be. But anyway, I just walked around and, stalker or like a freak. And I ended up walking to one of the parking lots because it had these flowering trees in it. And I thought maybe there would be like pollinators on the trees. So I like walk into the parking lot and I just immediately see a cop and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here. So I turn around, which probably made it like infinitely more suspicious. But I turn around and I leave and I walk back up the hill that I came down. And as I'm walking up this stupid giant hill, a cop pulls over and is like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just going for a walk. And they're like, are you lost? And I was like, no, just walking. And they're like, well, I saw you turn around in the parking lot down there. And I just wanted to make sure you're okay. I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Sorry about that. Like, you know how it is. I don't know how it is. What the fuck are you talking about? But anyway, he drove off. He was fine. But God, that was weird. So, I'm a little more cautious about walking around at night now. Which is why I just stuck to my apartment complex this time. But it honestly probably made it weirder because I was like walking by people's doors and like looking at the lamps next to them to see if there were any bugs. And like there were a couple, and honestly I don't think anyone even saw or cared if they did. Like, whatever. It's like a really safe area, like nothing ever happens here. 90% of the time I leave my door unlocked. So don't come visit, I guess, now that I've said that. Not that you know where I am, but who could say? Or if you do visit, can you bring me a rug? Because my apartment's really empty. I had roommates during the school year, but they all left for the summer, which makes sense because that's what, everyone does. But I stayed here because I'm working in a lab. Because, I guess I need experience if I want to get a job someday or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm here all on my lonesome, and like all my friends went home, and my stupid roommates went home. Okay, they're not stupid, they were fine. I didn't even talk to them, honestly. I lived with them for a whole year, and I barely know their names. But even still, it was nice to have someone here, Because now it's just like lonely. What can I say? But anyway, I've just been doing my lab stuff, so I like go in there at like 11 usually, and then I stay until like 4 or 5. I'm really not doing much. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like I'm getting some good experience. That was probably really stupid, I'm sorry. But yeah, I've gotten, some training. I am a chemistry major, so my lab is obviously chemistry. And in my lab, I've learned how to do NMR. No, I haven't. I just lied to you. I'm so sorry. I'm learning how to do NMR tomorrow. Like, I know how to interpret NMR data, but I've never run it myself because I guess they don't want undergrads just fiddling around with their like $600,000 machine for some reason. But yeah, I'm gonna be learning how to do that tomorrow, or I guess today at this point, which is why I need to be up at 7. It's really dumb. Actually, I'm excited. It's gonna be really cool. And I also learned how to do X-ray diffraction spectroscopy, which isn't as cool as it sounds. It's just a machine, and you just stick your sample in, and it shoots X-rays at it for you. You just sit there. But whatever. I guess it's kinda cool. I don't know what I was hoping for. But yeah, so I've learned how to do that, and then we do a lot of synthesis in there. So I make a lot of stuff. And yeah, that's really about it. second job because, oh, I hate to admit this. Oh my god, it's humiliating. My research thing is unpaid, so I'm literally just coming in there on my own time, on my own dime. But whatever. It's like, it's still good. But yeah, I haven't made a cent from it. So I have to get like another job, which is so annoying, but whatever. I mean, I only do like 5 or 6 hours of work a day. It's really not that bad. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do because since this is a college town, like pretty much everything is shut down for the summer, so there's like no jobs. So I think I'm gonna become a panhandler. I'm not even sure what that means. I'm gonna beg, is what I'm trying to say. It's fine though, I think. Maybe it's not. We'll see. I guess I can always do like Uber Eats or something. I was doing Instacart for a while, but that sucks balls. So maybe Uber Eats is better. Oh my god. When I was doing Instacart, one of my deliveries was like a full state over, which isn't as bad as it sounds because I'm like at the edge of my state. But still, I was crossing state lines with this food. So I delivered this motherfucker's groceries. And as I'm like trying to pull up my GPS to like make it back, because I'd never been to this fuck ass town before, I'm like, and this is my fault, admittedly, but I was trying to pull up the GPS while I was driving, and I just fully ran into the curb, and it was like a really fresh curb, so it was really abrasive, and it just wore a hole straight in the side of my tire. Like, it went from like full pressure to flat in 1 second. And I was like, well, god damn it. So I was just kind of sitting there like, I don't know how to change a tire. What do you think I am? So I'm sitting there like, does my car even have a spare tire? Like, I don't know a damn thing about any of this stuff. But I'm like sitting there and I'm like about to call someone. I don't even know who I called. There was no one that I knew who could like change a tire. But, and I know I was just talking about the police earlier. Luckily, in this case, I guess, there was a police officer like right behind me when I hit the curb. So they like got out and they were like, what happened? And I was like, my tire popped somehow, knowing damn well that it was totally my fault. So they like look at it and they're like, yeah, that shit's like busted, dude. And I was like, yeah, I know. And they were like, do you know how to change a tire? And I was like, no. It was really embarrassing. But he was like, well, okay, I can change your tire. Like, do you know what a spare is? And I was like, no, I don't think I have a spare tire. And he was like, every car has a spare tire. And I was like, whatever you say. So I look in the back and yeah, there was a spare tire. So he like, I had to pull all this shit out. And there was like a jack thing that you have to like pump up the car with. And then, I mean, the spare tire itself, as well as, what else was there? There was like a socket wrench kind of thing so you could take the nuts or bolts or whatever off your tire. And yeah, so I gave that all to him and he did it for me, which was really nice. Like, shout out to whatever your name was. You're a real one. But yeah, he changed my tire and he was like, you know, get this replaced like ASAP because, you know, spare tires don't work forever. And I was like, I did not know that. Thank you. But then, so on my new, like freshly installed spare tire, I then had to go get gas because I'm stupid. So I was like nearly out of gas in this random state. And yeah, so I like go to this gas station and I don't know where the nearest gas station is. It was like 20 miles away. It was insane. And I had like So I was like, oh my god, like, first I get stranded with my busted tire. Second, I'm gonna get stranded because I ran out of fucking gas. But I made it, by the skin of my teeth, or whatever the saying is. And yeah, so I got my gas. And then I got my tire replaced that same day. And it, like, totally canceled out anything that I'd made from, like, that whole week of doing Instacart. I'd done it before and I'd made, some money. But yeah, I blew through $100 in that one day just because I was being stupid. So that sucked. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Lesson learned, don't text and drive. I wasn't texting though. I was trying to fuck with my GPS. But, don't use your phone and drive. Or if you do, be a better driver than I am. Oh my god, and I had class that same day too, so like, I had to do all this shit, and then I had to go to class. It was so messed up. And it was like my least favorite class. It was biochemistry lab, which you would think I would like lab because, it's my thing. But I don't like biochemistry. It sucks. So, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So thanks for watching. If anyone watched this or stayed to the end, I love you. That's a really shitty heart